Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's me, Ria. I'm just hopping on this beautiful Sunday morning to do a quick Power of 3 share. And the Power of 3 share, I do it for myself, but I figure if it helps me, maybe somebody else out there will resonate with the messages and help them just to connect to the light within themselves, to help that communication with their God self be brighter and stronger, and so that their outside reality will reflect the very light that they are. And as you guys all know, I love to use this image. It is the perfect visualization of who we are. It's just a reflection of the light within us. We're light bodies. We're becoming more in tune with our light bodies and actually becoming more light bodies as we release those older dense energies that served us and helped to cultivate who we are. And now it's time to release them. And as we release those energies and step into the light of who we are, we do become brighter. Our light does become more magnified, more illuminated. We're all illuminators. We're all God's pure God source energy at our core. All of our bodies, every bit of it is vibration. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the cross breath. And I always say when we're breathing in the cross breath, we're just focusing in on our heart area. It's not our physical heart per se. It is that heart chakra, the feeling area. And when we breathe in and focus onto that, that is where our God self lies, our communication. I mean, God is everywhere and everything, but that is the platform, that is the conduit, that is the feeling center. And that's how we communicate and how we connect to all aspects of ourselves. So when we breathe in, we're going to be breathing in our God self, the highest frequency, just bringing awareness to them. We already are that, but when you bring awareness to that God self energy, when you bring awareness to that light, then that is, it brings a greater awareness and focus, which intensifies, illuminates. It brings, it makes it more strong to operate, be the operating force in your life. So when you breathe in, you're breathing in a higher frequencies and you are anchoring them into your physical experience. We are physical beings with senses for a reason. We are anchoring in our God self spiritual energy into the physical vessel in order to experience and to live life and to have that sensual experience on the physical realm. So when you're breathing in, you are culminating, you are expanding your God self energies, and you are simultaneously anchoring them to Mother Earth, your experience here. And then when you breathe out, imagine you are releasing all that no longer serves you, but simultaneously you are releasing all that you are. You are emitting your light energy into the physical world to operate, to culminate, to transfer any energies that don't serve you, and to help you manifest the experience that you did come to live, your purpose, your destiny, your joy, your fulfillment. So also when I breathe in the sun, I imagine it not just culminating here, but imagine it as you breathe in, that it is extending throughout your entire body, because your entire body is made of light. It is vibrating light. So when you breathe in, imagine from the very tippy top of your head to your toe to your fingertips, that all of your entire being, not just the heart center, that all of your being is being illuminated in this light. So I will actually flip the camera and we'll do a cross breath in with the perfect reflection of our light right up there, guys. It is the perfect reflection and representation of our light. And that's why being in the sun is so important, guys. It activates our own light codes. It is the manifestation that we can connect to activate our light. So when we breathe in as deep as you can. Right down, like, and fill your whole diaphragm with oxygen. But as you do that, imagine your entire being being filled and being illuminated with the light that you are. Imagine every little cell, every little particle within you just vibrating and illuminating this light. So we'll breathe in. Hold it. As you hold it, it's culminating, it's expanding, it is growing. It is releasing, it is moving energy that no longer serves you, but it's also moving energy that needs to come through you to serve you. And exhale. And when you exhale, try to push that very little last out. It's almost like it's giving that extra little push to any dense energies within you out of your being into the universe to be transferred into vibrations, higher vibrations of light and love that now serve you. We'll take one more deep breath in, guys, without me talking. And exhale. Hopefully it's a beautiful day where you guys are, but if it's not, that just gives you the opportunity to connect with the physical sun. And always you can use your imagination, even if you're not outside, even if you don't see the sun, your imagination creates, it's the magician within you. So always tap into that imagination, because if you can think it, then it is real, it exists, because it's your thoughts that create. All right, guys, so it's the power of 3 share. So I will go to my book and I ask that our collective selves bring forth a message that will help us to connect to our God source energy and to bring that into our reality more full, to illuminate that. All right. All right, so this is the paragraph for today. And all of these paragraphs, guys, are just based on my own experience, but they can be used as building blocks for expansion. Like nothing ever stays the same, but the certain concepts in this book are meant to be little pillars, little foundations in order to expand and grow upon, and things that all of us have experienced in one way or another as a human. All right, so what the paragraph says is, in the past, growing up as a child, discipline meant restriction, limitation, and even punishment. When I was growing up, I was placed under a lot of expectations to measure up. Discipline as a child conjured up feelings of deprivation, repression, hard work, tasks done out of obligation in order to achieve enforced results. It was a feeling of constriction. Like everything in life, it's our perception and our own definition of those words that make them what they are. Our perception comes from the experience of how they've been defined. So I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that. When we think of discipline, automatically what can come to mind are have-tos. It's like feeling you've got to force and draw your willpower to make yourself do something. In our discipline, like it says, our definition of words are placed on past experiences and what we've been taught. But us as adults now, or even if there's kids listening, you have the power to change your definitions. But we're speaking specifically of discipline here. And discipline to me means, yeah, you do draw upon that free will. You do draw upon the strength as a human. But I don't think discipline still is to do with expectations of others. It has been, but the flip side of discipline is being disciplined, committed to yourself, committed to doing what you know will make you feel good and not feel constricted. True discipline at a higher vibration simply means having the discipline to do what is right for yourself, to implement self-love, to do what you know is going to raise your vibration. Like my power of 3 shares, and when I come forth and just share my messages, it does take a certain amount of discipline, but it's not discipline that is constricting, because as I share the messages and as I do my little power of 3, my energy expands and I do feel freer. I do feel more liberated. But I could have let other outside influences affect me committing and following through to doing my power of 3 shares. Say if a child needed me, say I haven't got my run in yet, but I'm going to do that, or letting the needs of others, or even my own fear and doubt. Like if I haven't done a power of 3 share or have come live online for a short period of time, like it's been a couple days, I still get nervous, I still get anxiety, in a way that I'm like, oh my God, I haven't done this. Should I do this? What are people going to think? I still have to deal with those thoughts, but I don't allow those thoughts to control me. Instead, I am disciplined enough to know I will feel better after I do it. It is a raising of vibration. And if I'm raising my own vibration and other people benefit, what a beautiful, beautiful thing. So discipline means doing what you know is best for you, what raises your vibration, what makes you feel good, and sticking and committing to yourself to that. Like my runs. I love my runs. Sometimes I might not feel like it, but I know if I go, I am going to like be a portal to receive information. My body's going to feel better. One time a friend asked me, he goes, doesn't it hurt to run? And I'm like, it hurts not to run, and it hurts in more ways than one, because that is like my active meditation. It's the way I connect to Gaia. It's the way that I connect to my God source energy. So what this paragraph is saying is true discipline is the committing to yourself and following through on those things that you know nourish your heart, nourish your soul, nourish your being. And you could say, I'm not good with discipline. I'm not good with exercise. I try to discipline myself to eat better. Well, you know what? Within discipline too, guys, we need the freedom of non-constraints. You always have to have flexibility and be malleable with the energy. Say you need to exercise, but it doesn't mean you need to run. Find the thing that fits you. It could be a walk. It could be yoga. It could be taekwondo. It could be weightlifting, powerlifting, cycling, spinning, tubing. It can, whatever that thing is you connect to, and then commit to that. That discipline is following through on the action of that. But don't force yourself to do things that don't feel good. If it doesn't feel good, guys, then it's probably not the right thing to do. You got to tweak it. Doesn't mean the concept isn't the right thing. It means you might need to tweak it. Say you want to eat healthy, but you might be trying to eat healthy and follow somebody's diet or suggestions and implement something that works for them, but you're an individual. Do what works for you. You are an individual. You're a divine frequency imprint of God, just like your thumbprint. So eating, health, exercise, spiritual practices, they're all going to be unique to you. Whatever that is. Whatever it's all about expression, getting that expression of your divine frequency to come forth smoothly and unrestricted and in freedom. That should always be a factor in whatever you do. It should come from your self-expression, whether it be exercise, whether it be eating, whether it be your work, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be spiritually based, because everyone is spiritual beings. Just because you don't label something spiritual doesn't mean it's not spiritual. It's their experience they've come to have on earth, and that makes everything spiritual. So what this is just saying is discipline doesn't need to be hard. It should be actually freeing. It's the flip side. Everything has like the two flip sides of a coin, and you can look at everything and there's like this paradox. To be disciplined actually is to be free. If you're nourishing you and you're immersing yourself in you and taking the discipline and taking the steps to follow through to do what you know does feel good based on yourself, not other people's expectations. Discipline for me growing up might have been having to say my prayers, have to go to church, have to get up, clean my room, help with the house, and do all these other things. They didn't fit my divine frequency. They didn't feel good. So that gave me a bad idea of discipline. But discipline nowadays to me is doing my shares, going for my runs, eating healthy-ish, with a good little dose of sweets. That to me is that balance. That is my divine frequency imprint. So today's paragraph is just simply saying, what is your true discipline? What do you need to follow through and take action to nourish you in the freedom of your own individual expression? All right, guys, so I'll just do a Gaia's Guidance card, Mother Earth Heart card. I'll just choose, and it is a message from Mother Earth, Gaia, Divine Feminine Energy, specifically for you to hear today. And it'll resonate and it'll speak to you differently maybe than even the way that I interpret it. And this is a beautiful little imprint. It's pavement, and it's been knocked out into a shape of a heart. Just no one forced it. It just ended up that way. I was running and I saw this. And the message is be happy. And you can't be happy, guys, unless you tune into your divine frequency, unless you tune into your own individual expression. Because notice how this is embedded. It's not surface. It could have just been a little surface on top of the pavement, but it's not. It's embedded. It's dug deep. And how do you connect to yourself? You go within. You go deep. The outside world, other people's expectations, other people's ideas of the way life should be is theirs. That doesn't mean you need to take that on. They can guide you to get to the inner you, but you only find you by going within, connecting to your own light, your divine frequency. And that's what this is saying. And that's how you really find your true happiness. It's never on the outside. The outside reflects what you've experienced up to now, what you felt, what you've believed in. And that can change and shift in an instant as soon as you tune in to you. And what it says is it's not so much what you do, it's how you feel when you're doing it. Just like I said, it's all about the feeling. Does it feel good? Then you're on the right path. If it doesn't feel good, then it's not. God's voice, communication, language is always uplifting. It's positive. It's light. It's freeing. It's liberating. It's not constricting. There is no judgment. There is no wrong. When you feel happy, it puts you in a state of high vibration where you are tuned into a high frequency guidance. Let the feelings of joy and happiness be your guide. So always go within. Go within to ask yourself, what should I be doing? Should I commit to this? And when you're doing that, a lot of times the old voices, you'll hear your mother or you'll hear your father or you'll hear your teachers running in your mind when you are deciding what to do. Let it go. Take a breath in. Tunes you into your own feeling center. Almost like cuts your head off, tunes you in, and feel into that. What feels good to you? That is today's message. Feel into you and do what you can to nourish those feel-good feelings. That is the definition of a high-frequency discipline. So hopefully you guys got a little bit of something out of this. Thank you for listening. For those who have joined and watch, we'll end it with a nice little view of the sun. And as you tune in to the feelings of your joy and your happiness, know that you are shining with the entirety of all the light that you are.